There seemed to be a temporary relief as the proposed nationwide strike by the Nigerian Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers, NUPENG, has been suspended. Leaders of the union announced suspension of the intended industrial action by the petroleum tanker drivers scheduled to commence on October 10. NUPENG says the suspension was due to the understanding it reached with the management of NNPC at a meeting on Sunday. There was panic buying in some part of the country, even Abuja.
Up to now, they are still doing panic buying.
That's normal.
So
once you hear information about a looming strike by oil workers,
these guys are so critical, as in to the to the economy, that everybody is camping as at 12 midnight. Before the 12 midnight deadline, they announced the suspension of that strike. Okay, we'll take this breather. When we come back, we'll talk more. We're looking at the bot strike of the National Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers that they called off the strike yesterday, did they?
yes, they plan to go on strike, and they were already apprehensive because a strike by NUPENG will cripple the economy.
Everything will be grounded.
Because these are tanker drivers. They move petrol from Lagos to other parts of the country. In the past, when our pipelines were in healthy condition, through pipelines, petrol was delivered to different parts of the country, and we had depots. General Buhari built depots in different parts of the country at that time. So petrol could be delivered to the refineries. Even the crude oil could also be delivered to the refineries at that time. But as things stand now, it is bridging that we are doing, whereby tankers have to leave Lagos and then go to different parts of the country. Now, these drivers are saying that the state of Nigerian roads are costing them not just the health of their tankers, but the lives of drivers as well. They are saying that it takes an average of 5 to 6 days to move petroleum products from Lagos to Abuja because of the state of those roads. Because any wrong move that a tanker driver makes and
the accident is always fatal.
He falls into a hole, the vehicle could fall on his side, which will be a huge loss to the businessman. So they then said that if the issue was not addressed, that they would go on strike. Now NNPC has come out to say, although it is not our responsibility to fix roads, but henceforth we will begin to invest on critical road infrastructure because we don't want any disruption to the distribution of petroleum products in our country.
Is NNPC saying that to assuage them, or is something that they can do?
It's a policy decision now. That is, if they don't go against they are capable of doing it. They are capable of doing it. They have the resources to do it. And if the president gives the go ahead, they can do it. The resources available to the NNPC are huge. You know, so they can identify some critical highways and to say, okay, we want to fix these highways. After all, Dangote is doing it now. Dangote is fixing roads now. Obajana Road has been cement-based dual carriageway, and government has given him a kind of tax holiday to enable him even do more. So NNPC too can do that. I think that assurance from the NNPC was what calmed down the drivers, because let's face it, this is a country that is borrowing money all over the place. The funds are simply not there. Fashola would naturally want to fix all the roads in our country, but is limited by the funds available to him.
Honestly.
And by the fact that even our lawmakers, before Fashola completes a road that was in the budget last year, these lawmakers will come up with fresh, everybody wants something done for his
community.
yes, they will come up with fresh road projects in the budget. So you find that the resources available to the gray-haired minister are simply not enough. So this is a situation that we'll find ourselves. But if NNPC will chip in as they are promised, and they set aside some billions for that, that will help. At least that will mitigate the effect. I think that is what impressed the NUPENG members. At least there is a sign that there's an attempt to address the problem. So from then on, it is now incumbent on them to pile pressure on NNPC to see when NNPC begins to fix those roads.
We can't afford any strike from NUPENG. The effects, we can't just afford anything that has to do with. They have to take the.
On this one, honestly, on their side, especially, they are not asking. They were not willing to go on strike for their own personal
renovation.
They were not asking for
better welfare.
But they are saying that the roads should be fixed. They are not the only one passing through the roads.
State of Nigerian roads.
Yeah, but I mean, the roads are really in very bad states all over the country. But to me, I also think that since the fixing of the roads is not something we can do, I mean, it's not a quick fix. We have been talking about rail transportation for petroleum products since our pipeline network has basically collapsed. Because before now, those who need petroleum products in Abuja didn't have to come to Lagos. They needed to go to Kaduna and to get fuel
from the refineries.
Now, those in Ondo, Oyo, Ekiti axis, I mean, were getting fuel from Ore depot. So, but since those ones, most of the pipes are either ruptured or some people broke into the pipelines. Pipeline vandalization. I mean,
remember what the former Minister of State for Petroleum told us? I don't know if you were at that event, where he said that, look, that there was a day that they planned to pump
5 million liters.
That they lied to them. They were already, these guys, they didn't know that it was water that they wanted to pump.
To test
these
from.
vandals, because they have informants
in
NNPC,
and
they were already vandalizing
the pipes.
The pipelines. They were ready, not knowing that it was just tested the waters. So that is
the quantum of.
You can hardly use the pipelines for that kind of thing.
And at a particular time, even when they pumped,
it's part of how dangerous.
When they pumped the 5 million liters, I forgot. I think maybe 5 million liters. I'm not sure now, but when they pumped that volume, what they got at the end was not up to 10%.
Because they must have reached different locations.
Okay, I have Lele from. Thank you for joining us.
Okay, good evening, gentlemen in the studio.
Good evening.
Yeah, my name is Venancio Sutono, and I'm calling from Owerri. Honestly, I appreciate your line of discussion, your thoughts there. The point remains that there is no how we can isolate bad leadership from what is happening in the southeast here now. The fact that the present government, both at the state and the federal levels, believe that the best way to suppress dissenting voices is by force of arms is not helping matters. We all know that before the advent of this administration, consensus government overlooked Kano's ranting. They saw him mainly as a rabble-rouser and a noisemaker.
Yes.
Until this present government clamped down on him, and they have made a hero, whether they like it or not, out of this young man. Because most of the issues he raised initially that people never cared about are playing out today. What we are saying is that for justice, equity, and fairness to reign, we really need to treat every Nigerian equal, regardless of whatever religion you practice or whatever ethnic nationality you come from. And for the Southeast governors here, I tell you, the people have lost confidence in them. Yes. And the earlier they realize the need to once again align themselves with the people and the feelings of the people, the better for all of us. I thank the Southeast, bishops who, sat yesterday and came up with this communique. Let's hope that both the federal government and the state government in the Southeast here will listen to them so that once again, peace can prevail in the Southeast here. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you.
Thank you for your submission.
Nice one.
They keep taking us back to the but it's okay.
It's a national issue.
It's something that we are going to. It's going to be a running story.
Yeah,
we've been on it since
it's
last
even
week.
a good thing that we are hearing views
from them.
From the
southeasterners.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, nobody will say we are not allowing them to talk. No, people sometimes accuse us that, oh, how come when somebody wants to talk, you block him from talking? Now they are talking. They have a chance to talk, and they are the ones witnessing what is happening.
Of course.
Yeah.
So I also think the traditional rulers too should come up with their own voice on that issue. Yeah.
Everybody should speak with one voice. So on NNPC and NUPENG now, on the state of Nigerian roads, really, if you travel by road, maybe from Lagos to Abuja before, somebody said it used to be like 10 hours. But right now, it will take you a whole day.
The tankers, I mean, 6 days, 5 to 6 days for a tanker to
those ones come from Lagos.
But if you see the state of road, even between Akure to Ado-Ekiti, there's a road there. I don't know. I saw the picture of that road and I was like,
if
wow.
you see, and even those tankers are damaging our roads.
Yeah.
They are damaging our roads. Ideally,
that's why rail transportation will be better.
These heavy, these haulage vehicles, they should even have their own
lane and they should
route.
Apart from that, we should move petroleum products through the railways. When we were younger, they were moving petrol through by rail. So now that these tankers and other articulated vehicles, they've damaged our roads. Those roads are not designed to carry dead weight.
Because of the pressure.
They are not designed to carry dead weight.
Liters,
sometimes they park on the road.
Liters,
you park on the road. I looked at this Oyo Ibadan road. Go and look at that road again. It's gone. It's gone.
The road that used to be very
that road is gone.
That dual carriageway.
That road is gone.
Fantastic road.
You see some of our roads, you see clear undulation, some form of undulation. Goes down this side, goes down this side. Then there will be one elevation in the middle. It is trailers that are causing that because of the heavy stuff that they are carrying, and they park on the road. So, rail, as we revive the rail sector, they should move a lot more of these things.
The plan from Tinkana
through the railways
and also some of the NUPENG members themselves raised issues about how some of these tankers carry more than required capacity. I saw a tanker one day carrying 60,000 liters.
And it will be,
it will be 60,000 liters. I mean, normally the capacity of some of these tankers should be maybe 30,000, 33,000, 40. But I've seen one. I mean, I've seen a tanker. You will see so massive, 60,000 liters.
And when you load from Lagos, and you see it, along Ikorodu Road down here to Otedola here,
I can imagine if that one
is already leaking.
Yes, because it's filled to the brim. It's filled to the brim. So anytime the vehicle shakes, it will spill.
It will spill.
That's what we are
saying.
Very
dangerous.
I avoid them.
And some of those vehicles are also not roadworthy. That's why any little
breakdown,
you know, they cause accident on our road. So, but
all right,
it's a good thing that they are planning to do help with the construction of roads. That will be fine. You know, in many countries of the world, do you know soldiers are involved in road and bridge construction? The engineering units
they have that
of the army. Even go to Egypt.
if they are well funded,
Soldiers are building bridges.
Yes.
Under
They have
Al-Sisi.
that capacity.
No nonsense president.
Yes.
Soldiers are building bridges in Egypt. And some of the bridges you see in Egypt, these spaghetti-like bridges, they are building them in Egypt. Now that's an African country. So we can use even the engineering unit of our engineering corps, Nigerian Army, to build roads. Let them get after all they have the capacity. Let them help us to build roads.
Okay, and finally,